Hello, YouTube. Well, sorry it's been so long since our last video. Say hi, Max. But, sometimes life gets complicated, Yep. Been helping out my neighbor with some crap he had to deal with, and hasn't been easy. Nope, not at all. Hasn't been easy at all. Neighbor's 79 years old, almost 80. Yeah. And his daughter and his daughter and her boyfriend, they're they're druggies, man. They're tweakers. It's not good, And they've been living with him for like 10 years at his house here where I'm at. And he wants to sell this place. It's a nice house, the hexagon here. He's trying to sell this place. He wants to move to Texas with his girlfriend. He was married before, had a wife, but she died of cancer, a long time ago, before I even knew Dave. And, but he knew this woman before he knew his wife, and I guess they reconnected after, she died, and, they stayed in touch anyways, but recently, I guess they're hooking back up, so, yeah. So like I said, he was trying to sell this place. It's on the market, and his daughter just wouldn't move, man, at all. I'm not moving, screw you, this is mine, blah, blah, blah. Tweakers, man. Drugs are a horrible thing. They really are. Alcoholism can be too. I mean, it pickles your brain after a while. It's not good. She thinks she's entitled to everything, and it's messed up, really. You want to meet some entitled bitch, thinks the whole world owes her a living. She shouldn't have to work for anything. Everybody should hand her shit. This is one person you should meet. I'm telling you. She is twisted in the head. I don't know if she was always like that or it's just from all the drugs she's done, And boyfriend's obviously not too much better. He goes along with it, So he ended up taking her to court so that he could get it, them evicted, even though they've been here for 10 years and they only paid for 5. They only paid for 5 years. So the last 5 years, she's been living here rent free. Doesn't pay a dime, not for electricity, not for nothing, and in the house in the front. I'll show you that later. Not in this house behind me, but in the house in the front. There's more than one house here. So her boyfriend living in the house in the front, 5 years, not paying a dime. They don't even pay to take the shit to the dump. We live rural, so there's no, trash pickup. You gotta take your trash to the dump, They break stuff around here. They use his truck and break it, and then he paid to fix it, and they wouldn't help him out, and, you fix it, they borrow it again and break it, and, and like I said, they're tweakers, man. Tools have gone missing. Where do you see the house? What they did to the house? I mean, the house they trashed it. I mean, they trashed it. They took everything, not just the light bulbs. I mean, the light fixtures, the friggin' light covers. I mean, they took everything. Dave, the guy with one big heart. I don't think he had the ability to do what had to be done to get them out. Other than take them to court. they had a deadline to be out of here, and then Dave didn't want to be around for that deadline. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be the one to have to call the cops to get him out of here because they said, I'm not leaving, blah, blah, blah. That's what it came to. We had to call the sheriff. There's no cops out here. No cops in this town. You got to call the sheriff. It's a small town. Less than 300 people. So I had to call the sheriff to have him come, and that was a mess, because they took the stuff out of their house, right, the house they were living in the front, and then moved it all into his house here behind me, barricaded themselves in. They changed the locks, Dave he left, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and then they took all the shit out of the house they were evicted from in the front, moved it into his house, the house I am babysitting, barricading themselves in, told me, get lost, this is my land, my property, but, he left all the court paperwork and documentation and stuff like that, and he was on the phone when we had to call the sheriff to come and remove her, but she's telling the cop, she's like, well, I had to be out of that house, so we just came to this one. It's like, you can't just, you're supposed to be gone off the property. It says you're evicted. Go get, you owe them over 10 grand in back rent and never, twisted people, man. Yeah. I probably should have filmed it, but, probably better not. But I can tell you the story, because I ain't hurt nobody. I ain't mentioning no names or anything like that, but, unless local people watch this, and then they'll know who the hell I'm talking about. But, Small Valley. I mean, everyone knew the cops were up here before they even left, Yeah. That's what I've been doing, And they trash this place, They got junk cars, boat motors. They don't even have boat. They got, like, outboards. I mean, they're tweakers. They accumulate stuff, Tweakers don't usually deal with money. They trade everything. Oh, I'll give you this for that. I'll give you that for this, Yeah. It's messed up. There's one thing you gotta worry about when you move someplace rural, especially if you have kids. I lived a couple different rural places, and for some reason it seems like rural places have a lot of alcoholism and drug abuse. I understand a lot of people get bored or don't like their living situation, oh shit, I wanted to leave this small little shitty town, they couldn't leave, and one thing leads to another. But a lot of these small towns have drug problems, so watch out for your kids. Don't shield your kids from it. Let them see these tweakers, and point it out. Be like, yeah, you don't want to be like that, or you end up losing them, But yeah, I can't flip the camera when I'm recording for some reason. So when I'm recording these, I can't flip the camera and like show you what I'm looking at. I have to literally stop the camera and then restart it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll stop the camera and then restart it, and then I can show you everything I'm looking at and stuff like that. All right. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.